Welcome, Taurus, to your July 2021 reading. Apologies for this being a little late. If you are looking at this, it's probably well into the early part of July, but better late than never, I say. So let's get into your reading. I won't waste any more time. Just before I start, though, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click the subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below. Now, Taurus, this is quite an interesting month for you. Now remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates for you and let what doesn't go. But I feel there's some wonderful, beautiful energy in love energy in your life in July. You've got the Knight of Cups, and the Knight is that romantic person, that kind, caring, romantic person that's coming into your life. And the thing with the Knights is they are movement, and you yourself are moving into a powerful emotional experience in July as well. Now, this can show up in your life where you've been really swept up off your feet romantically here, and it talks about falling in love or offers of marriage here, and just any romantic experience that really causes you to swoon. So whether you're in a relationship or whether you're not, this is just talking about beautiful romantic energy that's coming into your life. Now, you might be invited to a social invitation of some kind as well when the Knight of Cups comes into a reading. And I try not to do this, but I'm jumping all over the place again. But you've also got the Page of Cups there as well. So this can be a water sign in your life, and a Scorpio, a Pisces, or a Cancer. Traditionally, I would read the Page of Cups as a Pisces card here. So there could be a significant Pisces, but you've also got Sagittarius here. You've got Scorpio here as well. Now, Temperance is the card for Sagittarius. But Page of Wands, I always read as Sagittarius as well. So I feel like there could be some of those people around you in July that you might be swooning and falling in love with. Now, just one thing, when we are in that love emotion, particularly if the relationship is new, there can be some issues in terms of balance. We can feel out of balance. We can kind of get swept up in the emotion of it all. So Temperance, right underneath the Knight of Cups, is really saying, just remember to keep that balance there as well. Now, you have the Two of Swords. Now, I feel like for some of you, you might be at a bit of a head-to-head with someone in terms of maybe a bit of a battle. You've come to a bit of a stalemate when it comes to someone. Now, as I mentioned, you have all of those people that are showing up here, but the Two of Swords, which is the card I'm referring to, is right above that Page of Cups. So there could be a Pisces here that you are perhaps in some sort of relationship with, that there might be some like I said, a stalemate situation. You're butting heads almost. You're not agreeing, and it doesn't seem like the situation can actually move forward or backward here when the Two of Swords shows up. Now, all twos are talking about choices and decisions, and so when the Two of Swords, I hope I haven't been saying Two of Cups, when the Two of Swords shows up here, it's almost like you can't choose because you are in this stalemate situation. Now, when I was laying your cards, I felt like also you could be the third person in some conflict between two other people as well. Like you might be the mediator when it comes to a situation. I just was, when I was laying out, and you've got 2 pages, and I'll go into that in a little bit, but the 2 pages, I laid them out. I laid the first page out, or it popped out first because all my cards are jumpers. So the Page of Cups jumped out. I put it down in its position. No sooner had I done that, the Page of Wands literally flipped out in the perfect position. It kind of just slid in there facing that Page of Cups. So I feel like there is this battle here between two people in your life, perhaps, that you could be getting involved in or drawn into this battle as well. Now, this can also be a choice between your heart and a work situation for some. And, this, again, general reading, so you take what resonates here. But to go back to the Two of Swords, we really, it's almost like there's a decision here that could potentially even be too painful, too difficult to kind of make. And so you're pushing it, you're to the bottom of your to-do list, so to speak, and you're not really wanting to face having to make this decision. But, you've got to make it. And once you do, it's almost like there's going to be this release, and you've got the Death card there as well. So this is another deck that I've got, the Death card is called Release. It's like you are leaving something behind. It's the end of it. It's the finish of it, and you are moving on to something new and something better for you. But really, you have to kind of make this decision essentially, and once you do, it's going to set you free from this battle of wills almost. And it's almost like if you are the one in this conflict in your life, you might want to try and compromise, or even seek mediation from a third party. But as I said at the beginning, I'm feeling like you could be the third party. If not, you get a third party in here to help you mediate this situation. But it's interesting, you've got the 2 and the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a very powerful ace. This can be wonderful new ideas coming in. The Aces are always about new beginnings, and so you might have some new, you might take a new way of thinking, like take an alternative route when it comes to facing a particular problem that you have. And it's what the Ace of Swords does, it gives you clarity. Swords are about the mind, about the intellect. So there's a brand new way of thinking intelligently about a problem. And also, because that Ace of Swords brings clarity and gives you a better understanding of the situation, you are going to be able to make a really knowledgeable, I guess, intellectual decision to help get you out of this stalemate situation that you may be finding yourself in. Now, the 3 of Pentacles is a great work card. So I'm feeling for some, this can be related to your job. The 3 of Pentacles is a card of the master craftsman, and you don't have to necessarily be making anything with your hands, but you can be a craftsman at whatever you do, whether you are an artistic person creating something, or whether you are in an office and the way you do your job, you do it meticulously and excellently with skill and professionalism. So you are in a role here where you are like that. You are just good at your job. And I feel for some of you, this might be part of the decision. You might be choosing to leave a position where you are in, and it's one that you're good at. It's one that you can do with your eyes closed, so to speak. But there's a decision that here where it doesn't fulfill you, I feel, emotionally and creatively. And so I feel there is this could be this decision that you're not wanting to make. You know, you might have to leave this job to be happy within yourself. And some of you in July might be doing this just because that death card there, it's telling me that's an ending of a particular way of life or something within your life, and it's right below that three card, that pentacles. So some of you are definitely considering that you might leave, or if not, have make the decision to leave in July. But you know, I feel this is a release. This is going to be a good thing. It's not something that it might be hard to make the decision, but it's going to be worthwhile if you do. It's going to really be so beneficial for you and your state of mind, the way you feel. Yeah, it can talk about you even moving up within a position. I feel like I've said this to Taurus before. I'm not sure. It's almost like you doing some really great teamwork. You're in a nice, tight knit little team there, and you're doing well. But this might be ending as well. You might be moving on to a new role, going to a new company, or moving up in the company, and this could be changing here. Now, Temperance, this is that balance. You are, I feel this is definitely related to an emotional experience here, some emotions in your life in July. Try to be as balanced as you possibly can. This is a card of being able to create what you want the situation to be like. Create it how you want it, I feel, because Temperance, it's got the same kind of energy as the Magician, where you've got all the tools you need kind of situation. But if you look at the imagery here, Temperance is pouring this fiery magical energy from one cup to another, and it's like she's melding or combining things to make things the perfect potion, the perfect recipe for success. And I feel like you're going to be doing this as well in July, and you're going to be getting some, you're doing the balance refers to a time of really cooperating with other people, and it might ask you to compromise here. And I do feel like that word came up before in the Two of Swords. So there might be some compromise that you might need to take to establish a little bit of balance here, and could be in your love life, your family life, or your work, actually, or something that you are quite creative about. Now, the pages. We come to the 2 pages. Now, I always like to look at synchronicities, and as I told you that little story before, that the Page of Wands just flying out and just right exactly in the spot where it needed to go. And to me, multiple pages are about new beginnings, and generally there's a nervous, you've got the Page of Cups, so this is kind of shy or nervous energy around you, and you've got the Page of Wands, which is fiery and passionate and raring to go kind of energy here in July as well. And these two potentially could be younger people in your life that are bringing a youthfulness to your you might be young I don't know your age, so this brings a youthfulness regardless of what age you are here. And another thing about the pages are they are messages or messengers as well, and they bring in the instance of the Page of Cups, I'm feeling like some love messages here, some love letters, some very emotional letters. An invitation to a social event could be coming in for you in July as well. And the Page of Wands is quite, as I mentioned, fiery. This could show up if you are getting a job offer or something like that. So that's why I do feel for some of you here, there could be an ending to a particular job that you are doing because you are moving into a new role here. Now, to get into the specifics now, the Page of Cups, this does definitely talk about love and emotion. And really, you've got the Knight of Cups there, which is that someone coming in to sweep you off your feet. But it's almost like it can be like a relationship that's moving on to the next level as well when the Page of Cups comes into a reading. But it's all about communication and love letters and texts and phone calls and that kind of stuff. And it talks about intuition as well, and a lot of psychic experiences. So listen to your intuition here, Taurus, particularly if it is regarding any choices that you need to make. Listen to your gut. Now, the Taurus, the pages also represent months of the year, and they represent geological areas of the world as well. So the Page of Cups here is associated with the season of summer. So depending on where you are in the world, if you've got an answer to your question, summer could be when you is the answer to when, if you have a when question. So this could be very soon for those of you in the northern hemisphere. And they also represent the lands of the Pacific. So you might be traveling for work, you might be traveling for love, you might know someone in the Pacific region that you are communicating with as well. Now, the Page of Wands also represents a season. So the Page's season is now I can't remember, spring. The Page of Wands, is spring. So if you're in the southern hemisphere, this is definitely coming up for you in the next, if you got a when question, this will be coming up for you within the next few months here. And this represents Asia. So you may be speaking with someone from Asia or know someone in Asia, traveling to Asia as well. But the Page of Wands, generally speaking, is very exciting, and it's a very exciting message of opportunity that comes with the Page of Wands. And it's messages about wonderful things coming into your life as well. And it's a highly creative card where you're absolutely thinking outside of the box, and you really are asked to follow your passions here, Taurus, and do what actually makes you happy, and let your passion guide you to your life's work. If your passion is dying where you are, you need to follow your passion and do what makes you happy. And by doing, manifest, you've got the power to actually manifest your happiness. Now, as I mentioned, this is a card of promotion. It's a card of career change, any promising development in your professional life, the Page of Wands does talk about. So that is leading to that Death card there. And don't be worried about the Death card. It's not anything saying that you are dying or anything like that. It's a card that really is talking about endings, and it's talking about quite final endings as well. And there's a sense of release when this card comes into your reading. And it's release from a situation that is not serving you at this time. You know, it's not the best position for you to be in, and it's time to move on. And with release, you know, if there are any feelings, sometimes there can be a sense of loss here. It can be helpful to reach out to friends and family. But whenever the death card comes into your reading, it's a time to face any fears that you may have. And by doing that, it puts you in control of your own future. And again, you know, this is linked quite nicely with that Page of Cups. There's a great spiritual insight, a personal transformation here when that death comes into your reading. So again, lots of spirituality, a lot of intuition, a lot of you connecting to your deeper side. Definitely personal transformation here when that death card comes in. Now, your final card of the reading from the Gateway Oracle deck is Cherish Self. And this is such beautiful energy from this card. And if you're looking at the imagery as well, it's just a lovely plate of food with gifts and roses. And the affirmation for this card is, I accept and love myself. And the meaning of this card is, there are times to put your own needs above the needs and expectations of others. Put yourself first today. Buy yourself roses, invite yourself out to a sumptuous dinner, or buy that special gift for yourself that you've been putting off. Treat yourself the way you would treat an honored guest. The universe wants you to know, be your own advocate. Spend time cherishing yourself kindly and gently. Focus on what is wondrous and remarkable about you. When you truly care for yourself, you are able to care for others even more and make a difference in their lives. It's difficult to give when your cup is only half full. But when your cup is overflowing, you have more than enough to offer others. In the same way that a flight attendant tells you to put on your oxygen mask before assisting others with theirs in an emergency, cherish yourself first, and then others will benefit even more. That is such an interesting card for you, Taurus, because I feel like you perhaps need to do this. You are so good at caring and worrying for other people in your life that you need to really turn things around and look inwardly and start to do exactly what that card says and cherish yourself, accept yourself, love yourself, forgive yourself. All of those things are so important in July. And I feel that making a decision as well, I'm just going back to that Two of Swords, if that has anything to do with some inner conflict within you, making the decision and putting yourself first is a good way to approach this as well, this situation as well in your life. So I'll leave it there, Taurus. Thank you so much for listening. Again, take me up on that offer if you want to get a free mini reading if you are a new subscriber. And I hope to see you next month. Bye.